Hi, I just wanted to pop on here and welcome you to our class, EDU 587, Reading and Writing Across the Curriculum. I am Dr. Whitaker, and I'm your instructor for this semester. I am an assistant professor in the School of Education. I'm also the acting assistant dean for our middle, secondary, and K through 12 certification programs. I have a significant amount of experience teaching science at the secondary level. So I used to be a high school biology teacher. And from there, I was a high school literacy coach for a few years. My doctorate is in science education with an emphasis in content literacy. So this topic of this course is something that's near and dear to my heart and really important to me and an important piece of the work that I do. So just a little bit about the course. So this week you're going to kind of get a feel for what the course is. And it's an 8-week course, so you're going to notice that we're going to move pretty quickly. So just because it's an 8-week class doesn't mean that the amount of content is less. Essentially what it means is that we take a 16-week semester-long course and we crunch that into 8 weeks. So that's results in sort of that fast pace. The course is all set up, so if you're one of those people who kind of likes to work ahead a little bit, you can. However, I ask that you wait until next week because there are a couple of videos that I still need to make that I want to put into the modules. And I should have those up and running by the end of the first week of the course. So a few things to keep in mind about this course. I know that many of you are not literacy teachers or you're not English teachers. And so you might not have really thought about yourself as a literacy teacher or a reading teacher up until now. And that is perfectly okay. As I said, I was a science teacher, and I'll be very honest that in the beginning, I really didn't think of myself as a reading teacher. I felt like that was something that the English teacher should be doing. And I quickly learned over time that all of us are literacy teachers. So regardless of what content you're teaching, all of us have a responsibility to teach our students to be literate as citizens, but also to have literacy within our specific discipline. So we're going to kind of approach literacy in a way that's probably unique, maybe that you haven't thought about before. So this first week, our objectives are that you're going to think about your own experiences as readers and writers. All of you, whether or not you realize it, already have a preconceived identity that you've developed for yourself around your reading and writing abilities. So you may think of yourself as a strong reader and writer. Maybe that's something that's always come easy to you, or perhaps on the flip side, maybe you've struggled. Maybe you don't enjoy reading, or maybe writing isn't one of your strengths. That has an impact on how you teach literacy to your students. So that's really where we're going to begin. We're going to begin by looking at you and your own experiences and bringing those to the surface so that we can kind of think about what that might mean for how you're going to frame literacy as a classroom teacher. We're also going to start to think about text and what text looks like in the different disciplines. So all of us think of text typically as written text, text that we pick up a book or we pick up an article and we read it, and that certainly is text. However, one of the things you're going to find is that there's other variations of text as well, depending on what the content that is that you're teaching. So I really want you to start thinking more broadly about text and what that means within your specific field. So for example, I was a science teacher, so a graph is a form of text. Using the tools of science, so being able to read measurements, is also a form of text within that discipline. If you're a music teacher, being able to read music, that can be text in your class. If you are going to be teaching PE, then your text may be an article about health or sports management. but it could also be reading a heart rate monitor. That could be another form of text. So I want you to think about text as going beyond just the written word. I think that perspective will hopefully make this class a little bit more manageable for some of you, because some of your courses may not have a significant amount of written text in it that you're going to be using in your curriculum. So if you start thinking more broadly about it from the beginning, that's going to be useful. The other thing that we're going to be doing this first week is kind of taking a deep dive into some reading assessments and what those assessments look like, what that data looks like, and how those assessments are used to then inform classroom instruction. So I look forward to working with you this semester. Each week I'll kind of do an overview of what we're going to be learning, and I'll be posting announcements throughout the course. I'm always available. So please don't hesitate. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. I also give you my cell phone number. So if you want to shoot me a text or give me a call, I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So let's get started. All right, have a great week.